Ay, ay, ay. What's up, guys? Jared, Mark. Ay, 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 ay. I am working on a Grand Cherokee. You have a Fusion 1.5? Well, you might be all right. Jesus, Chrysler in there. Freaking thick wrapping on these things. Must be pretty hard to get these rotors because the parts store came and dropped these rotors off twice, and they dropped the wrong ones off twice. So I don't know. I don't know if it's just the parts store. So he had to send a porter down to Chrysler and actually get them from Chrysler. This job was supposed to be done yesterday, but this job, I don't know if you guys can, let me see here. You guys can see this, but this job has had mud caked everywhere under this thing. And it's only got like 50,000 miles on it. And basically, I had to come in and, you know, obviously do this brake job. And I'm trying to figure out why I'm having such a hard time getting to caliper bolts and everything like that, because it's covered in mud. Literally, I had to go through and chip off and blow off mud all over the floor and stuff like that. And I was like, guys, this is not going to be just your standard brake job. I'm going to have to charge a lot more on this because I have to go through and clean off this whole entire knuckle assembly, wipe everything down, clean everything off. I got to make sure that rocks and stuff aren't going to fall back into the rotor and make a bunch of noise and stuff like that. So whenever you get jobs like this, you have to charge accordingly. It's not a standard brake job at this point. And I'm not here for charity work, so you got to be straight up with the customer and be like, look, this is what it's going to take. You have a lot going on here, and I shouldn't be on the hook for it. So I've got to share that responsibility with you, and unfortunately, sharing that responsibility with you comes out of your pocket. It's just how it is. Look at these caliper brackets. All this like corrosion and rust buildup and stuff there was all in the channels where the brake pads ride back and forth. This was just covered. This literally took me an hour to clean these properly, to get them all the junk out of the slot, just so I can get the brake pads to slide back and forth clean. I was using files, and I was using different pads on my whizzer wheel and stuff like that. I'm like, this is freaking absolutely ridiculous. So now, everything can start going back together. Let me go back and check comments. Good morning, Randy. Just drove the Fusion from Chicago to Pennsylvania, 10 hours straight, no issues. Yeah, they ride good, man. They ride great. Actually, I actually am thinking about possibly in the future getting a Fusion Sport. I want the Fusion Sport 2.7 liter all-wheel drive twin turbo. I want it. Now, will I get it? I don't know. I don't know if that's in my future or not. I lost another 3 pounds, so I'm down another 3 pounds. I don't even want to look at total numbers now. I just, over the last 2.5 days, 3 days, dropped another 3 pounds. Got on the scale super light this morning. I was feeling good. Stood there and looked at it, and I was like, man, that's nice. It's working. Clean eating, exercising, it's working. Just remember, Mark, if it's one of the coolant intrusion type engines, what I would do is like every 10,000 miles, you don't have to take them out, but I would crack the spark plugs loose, spin them out a few threads, and then spin them back in. Because if you do end up getting some kind of coolant intrusion issue, that the burning of that coolant and stuff in the cylinder will cause those plugs to lock up in the cylinder head. Ay, 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 ay. Yeah, it's just something you got to watch out for. I'm not saying it's going to happen. Just be careful of it. Oh, see here. I'll show you guys. I'll show you the mud. Look at this. This stuff with layers of it caking everything. Oh my God, there's just so much dirt still all over this thing. King of Coolant Intruders 3.7 Duratec Traverse. I like the way they drive. Some of them look okay, but not a huge fan of them. Definitely a comfortable vehicle though. You know, I sat in something yesterday that surprised me that I would even like the way it felt, like comfort-wise. It was a 2025 Honda Accord Sport EV. Oh, wow. I felt super comfortable sitting in the seat. It was like very relaxing. The thing I didn't like about it is you couldn't even hear it run. It was just super quiet, and I was like, I'm not a huge fan of that. I want to hear the vehicle running. I don't want to sit there and sound like, or no sound at all. You know what I forgot? Freaking, man. I'm going to have to end up going back home probably. I forgot my PT stuff. I have physical therapy today. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Probably do it on my lunch break. Or see if my wife wants to grab lunch, like a lunch date, and see if she can bring it to me. Trying to make sure I get all this crud off of here before I put all this back together. I'd hate to put it back together and then something break loose and end up in the freaking rotor, between the rotor and the caliper. Anyhow, good enough. Go grab some grease for these pins real quick. Morning. Looks good from my house. Mr. Chi-Town Buster. LD 4687. Lisa. I'm working on a Dodge Ram too. I've got a Dodge Ram that's for the VP's friend over in the other side of the shop. And it has a heated seat, high resistance codes. So I replaced the seat bottom wasn't working. I replaced that, the pad for it started working, and it's still retaining the codes. I didn't know with Chrysler that when you do their seat bottom, you actually should do the seat back as well, because in the pad themselves, I don't work on Chryslers. I actually don't enjoy working on Chryslers at all. I mean, it's all money. I'm not going to turn down the work, but I didn't know that they actually have the sensors built into the pads, so it knows when there's too much resistance, the feedback. And even though I replaced the seat bottom and everything's working now, it still shows that the code is present in the computer. And I called a friend of mine that works on Mopars, and they were like, yeah, you got to do the back and box of cookies. What's up? How's life on the south side? Pretty good. Not bad. You can't complain. I had to go get one of those cookies for my wizard wheel, because I got a, not wizard wheel, but my angle grinder, because I got to clean these pins off. Yeah, just tell you what though, man, it feels nice being back to work. I feel bad for my wife though. She's stuck in the house all the time. I tell her to get out and do stuff, but she's so used to being a mom that she's stuck around the house. They were saying they lost a lot of money without me being here. They were having to send every single vehicle that came through the shop to other dealerships for the most part that were not Volkswagen. And that Tahoe that I ended up getting hurt on before I left, that was a $6,000 extended warranty job. And they said that it was exactly as I diagnosed it when I left. As I was limping out the door to go to the doctor, And I told him it's not the ignition side of the cylinder that's misfiring on cylinder 7. All the ignition components are fine. It's either compression, it's a leaky injector, or it's a leaky injector that caused that cylinder to wash out, and it needs an engine. Sure enough, it went to GM, and they put an injector in it because it was leaking. That was their diagnosis. But that injector had washed out the cylinder and took the compression down. It was causing it to misfire, and it needed an engine. So it was a $6,000 used engine job. I would have been putting an engine in it had I have been here. But it's just how it is sometimes. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. What's up, son? What's up, Don Quixote? Putting some ceramic slide grease on the pins. All right, I'm listening to your question. I see you didn't finish it, though. I think you sent it too early. Ew. Wait a second now. I gotta clean off inside the bore of this thing too. I gotta get one of those little bore brushes. Good thing I did that. And I checked. It is nasty. It nasty. Let me check this other one real quick too. I didn't see anything in it. Why does the trans on my 2018 Lincoln Navigator sound like a ratchet as I'm going up steep mountains? No clue, man. They make a lot of noise. It's an internal operation of that thing. Sometimes it'll even sound like a ratchet when you're just sitting there and it's idling. It's got a couple different pumps as well. I'm not so much a huge trans guy. Like, I am, but I'm not. What's up, boss? Did he update you on that? I asked now when you pointed these out, seeing that. Yeah, you got the one. It matters that we can first look at Right. Right. Sorry, guys. My supervisor came up talking to me. The morning gossip. The morning gossip, the good stuff, right? We like gossip, right? I think, right? No, we don't like gossip. We don't like gossip. Who likes gossip? We don't like gossip. What do you say? It pulls just fine, but I replaced it at the Lincoln dealer about 6 months ago. They told me it's a beefy trans, so it makes noises sometimes. Oh shit! Some of the stuff the dealers tell the customers is crazy. I mean, it's not a bad trans. I wouldn't say it's a beefy trans. It's pretty strong overall. It's a strong trans. Beefy? No. No. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. When's the last time y'all had SpaghettiOs? I mean, I don't eat that stuff anymore. Or really almost never did, unless when I was a kid. For sure I did. But and my daughter, she eats that stuff up every once in a while. Gosh darn it, I got the dropsies today. Got the dropsies. I love starting a day out with a brake job. Nice and easy. Quick way to get started, in and out. Make that quick money early on. Then go to the BS electrical diagnostic stuff in the afternoon. Yeah. Now it tastes like soggy egg noodles and ketchup. You're right. The thing is, my daughter likes egg noodles and she likes ketchup. So it's probably the reason why she likes to eat it. Me, I don't really eat ketchup and stuff like that anymore. I mean, I might sometimes, just all depends. Morning. Getting tired of this already?
Not really.
No?
See, I don't really have like a very typical job like you guys do. Like you guys are responsible for
Yeah.
customers' cars, stuff like that. Like I just drive all day. Like
Well, a lot of guys there like start like you do after they work here for like 6 months or so. They're like, man, this is boring. Like I want to do something else, like parts
I
or
don't want to stay here forever.
Yeah.
But my job requires not much critical thinking, like you guys does.
yeah,
Like, hey, can you watch this and then move it here and then go drive this around? It's like
Yeah.
I don't need as much brain power like you guys do.
well,
Well, I'm not sick of it. Like I don't come to work like, oh, I got to be a quarter again.
yeah. Just something to do, easy.
And saving up for a Jetta, hopefully, or something. I want to get into the trades, but I don't have my own car. So, like,
Yeah.
and I went on a field trip to the electricians union my senior year of high school.
There's money there.
Yeah, and they were like, we require, transportation. Like, we'll have to send you out, who knows, maybe like 40 minutes, 50 minutes away. You need to have your own form of transportation. Car I drive is my brother's really old electric car, fully charged 60 miles.
60 miles?
Yeah, full charge.
I thought they got more than that.
Well, this car's like 14 years old.
Oh, maybe it needs a battery replacement. That's probably
But
why.
I'm not saying.
No, yeah, it's expensive. But a lot of times when you get in the trades like that, after you get established with them, they give you a truck anyway to drive home every night. So, yeah,
I heard it depends on the company.
it does.
But my cousin's in the 134 electrician, and he told me he wakes up at 3:40 every day. That sounds
Yeah.
awful.
A lot of those
They're
guys-
done at like 2.
A lot of those guys get up like, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. They get their truck set up. They make sure the truck is all stocked and they've got all their.
Because they gotta be on the site at like 6, and the commute can be like 45.
Sometimes they have to go back to the shop to get supplies if they don't have it on them, and then they got to turn around and they got to get out to the customer's house or whatever.
But he told me he makes 55 an hour, and that's true. Like, they have a website. You know the website Cisco?
Yeah.
I like looked that up, and journeyman wage like 55 an hour.
Yeah.
And overtime's time and a half.
I know electricians that are making like close to 70 an hour, but they've also been in the field over 10 years and stuff. Yeah. And when I got a really good friend. He's got a fleet of trucks, a small fleet, and he's graduated from like regular houses and stuff like that. To now he does all commercial stuff. He doesn't even do houses anymore. He does like Walmarts and Targets and stuff like that. Big bucks. And those guys, they make bank. Yeah.
You getting tired of this yet?
I'm never tired of this field. What bothers me in this field is this field hurts, man.
Yeah.
After being on this floor every single day and going through multiple hundreds of these boots are $300,
Really?
and then in another year or two, I'm gonna end up having to replace them. So it's like
I mean, yeah, a lot of handy jobs have bodily stress.
it's on this concrete all day. It's bad on your knees. It's bad on your ankles. No matter how healthy you are, it's breathing in all the fucking chemicals and the dust every day and cutting yourself open and banging yourself up and getting sent home for a month on workman's comp. So
At least you got to research some Zandani or Mandani, whatever that
I mean, I got to spend a lot of time with my daughter. That was my main thing. Yeah,
is. You told me you wake up early, just like, chill with her a little bit.
I still do. Yeah, she woke me up like 3 or 4 times last night. Just wanted to cuddle with me. So, yeah.
But yeah, I've been here almost 4.5 months. So we'll see if I'm tired of it at 6 months, but I mean, as long as I stay here for like a year,
Yeah.
I'm only 18. So.
Yeah. It started shifting hard from second to third, so I didn't chance it. Just replaced it immediately. You like old school Mustangs? I have 2 Monsters. Yeah, I like the 81 to 93 body style, and I really like the 86 to 93 body style. I like them both kind of like, I like there's differences about them that I like, so it just all depends. Oh, Frank, man, that sucks. I hate doing that. Because you're like, what I've done in a pinch, I won't lie to you, what I've done in a pinch is where the pin comes through and it slides through on the bracket. You know how it'll come through? There'll be like a channel right here. I've taken like a 1/4-inch drill bit or smaller and drilled a hole on the outside of the bracket, ground down the surface real good until it's nice and shiny, drilled a hole, and then use the punch with some spray and heat on the outside, and I've knocked them out that way. And then when I'm done, I just quick tack weld that hole back up, fill the hole back in, and cool it down, paint it, and then I save the customer a ton of money by just doing that real quick. But that doesn't always work. A lot of times it's not even worth doing that because it's so froze up in there. You got to end up replacing the caliper assembly anyhow. These got those, I don't know if you guys have seen it. Chryslers use those O-rings. Yeah, I'm looking for one right now. Once I pull myself out of the little financial hole that I'm in right now, I plan on trying to find a Fox body. I'm trying to pay off all my debt right now, other than my truck right away in the house. I'm still trying to pay those off as well, but focused on credit cards and stuff right now from past years where I just trying to do better, you know, before I start spending more money on stuff on toys and things like that. Plus with the baby, and I don't want to go crazy right now because I want my attention to kind of be more on her than anything. 4-eyed foxes was what Dad had stock, but I got my Illinois driver's license on that car. 225 horsepower, but really about 300 horse. 5-speed T5, 325 gear. Only took half hour, not bad. If they are trying to do it on the cheap, did you get a reman trans, or did you ask for? Yeah. As you guys can see, I got my own little spot away from everybody. I'm in my own little hole over here. Everybody leaves me alone. They just let me work for the most part. Until one of the managers needs something, then it's like, oh, Rich. He's our guy. J-Mod? No. I mean, yes and no. I got the Marty tune and stuff. That enough was good enough for me. I didn't need the J-Mod at that point. Once I put the Marty tune in, it woke everything up. I didn't need to do any kind of J-Mod stuff. I mean, I know people say it makes it even that much better, but I'm good. I'm good with just the Marty tune. Get this air hose real quick. They're having this discussion on the old TikTok. There was a bunch of mechanics that kind of all started doing some videos about flushing brake fluid, and a lot of them agreed that you don't need to flush brake fluid until like years and years and years and years down the road, more, kind of thing. And this, it happened over like the last month. This conversation was going on, and then it kind of died out. And I was like, well, maybe I'll be the guy that starts it all back up again. So I told my story on why flushing brake fluid and stuff is important, because as a kid, as a young mechanic, not really knowing too much about fluid, just kind of getting into the business, I actually had an incident where I had locked up my brakes on the interstate. When I say locked up my brakes, I don't know if it was really locked up, but I just got on them super hard in a little shitbox car. It's like a 91 Ford Festiva. And I liked those little cars back then. They were, you could just beat them and beat them and beat them. I don't know if they were Kia engines or what they were back then. I kind of remember inside the door it said Kia, but I don't know for sure if it was Kia or if it was, I want to say it wasn't Mazda. It might have just been Kia. But anyhow, I told my story on how I had brake faded. I had to run off the road and let the vehicle cool down before I got my brake pedal back. Got it back to the shop, changed all the rotors and pads, and sure enough, the fluid was shot. I'd never really serviced the thing. And after that, I never neglected my fluid services again. There's a lot of mechanics that are in the camp that you don't even need to service brake fluid for years and years and years down the road. And I said, well, you guys can be the reason why you end up in somebody's back seat and their child looks like pink mashed potatoes. I'm not going to be the reason why. I will not be the reason why. Not me. Heard that guy is a genius. Marty Toon. How was that Marty Toon? Marty Toon was great, man. It's I actually have a video showing on a stock transmission with barely anything done how much it actually wakes the transmission up, and it'll bark the tires first to second gear stock, and he'll give you an 87 tune, he'll give you a 93 tune to go along with it. That guy knows all about those Panther platform cars, man. He builds them. He builds them as a profession. So it's like, he's, I would probably say, like the number one guy when it comes to tuning and building performance Panthers. That's how he makes his money. That's what he does. Moe's Speed Shop. So if you guys are looking for somebody, Moe's Speed Shop, tell them, and you got a Panther platform, tell them Ford Boss sent you. He sold me my SCT tuner and my tunes and everything. The transmission mod, all that stuff programmed into it to the house. I think it was like $450 or $500. Not bad. The guy just knows what he's doing, man. Even if you supercharge one, even if you're taking a 4-valve or you're taking a 2-valve and you're doing like internals on it, and you're going to be running boost and stuff like that, he knows how to set up all the computer stuff for that. He actually, one of the mechanics here, he helped him. He took a 2-valve, put Cobra internals in it, pistons and crank, all that stuff. No, pistons. I don't think he did the crank. I think he kept the stock crank, but he did Cobra pistons and put a Cobra supercharger on it from back then. And They set it. Marty set it all up for him with his factory computer on how to like regulate or timing and fuel and all that stuff. Yeah, Marty knows how to do all that stuff. He's extremely good at it. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. It won't hurt and it will make your moms proud of you. That's right. My other son was my 1970 fastback that I'm doing a 500 horsepower, 460 cubic inch Edelbrock heads and Howard roller cam. I'm doing a Boss 429 clone, but with a 460 for now. I bought the Boss air cleaner. That'd be cool. That'd be real cool. My kid still has this 2010 CVPI. I'm going to ask him to consider the Marty tune. He was thinking of J-Mod because of the Hammond. Pull the trans on the right. You know, the Marty tune to me was the way to go, just because it really woke that car up. And especially with a 373 or a 410 gear set. A lot of those guys in those Panthers, they like the 410 gear sets. Me personally, I like 373. That's just how I am. And then if you're ever going to try to make any power, and you got a 410 in there, you make any kind of boost, all you're going to be doing is spinning the damn tires all the time. So it's kind of like, eh. If I'm going to make any kind of boost, you know, 400 or 500 horsepower, 600, well, probably 500, 600 horsepower plus, I'm not wanting to run a 410. Unless I got some really freaking sticky tires and the suspension dialed in so I can make that mother lover hook up. Done. Done, done, done. Go around, pick up my mess real quick. Yeah, the Grand Marquis had a 273. The Grand Marquis had a 273 gear set in it. I changed that out to a 373 with a Yukon HD locker. Man, that sucker locks up too. LSD, I should say. And then the town car, before I gave that to that single father down in Tennessee. I put a 373 gear set in that one as well. Really woke it up. And he said it actually made it very enjoyable to drive in the mountains because it would stay in gear longer and it wouldn't hunt back around, you know, back and forth. So that gear set really helped with him and his daughter having to travel up and down the mountains to get to doctor's appointments and schools and stuff like that. Put some of these tools away real quick. Randy, appreciate that. Cleveland's, yeah. 410 is a gas chugger in the Southwest burbs. Yeah, but these guys, even in the burbs, they like those 410s, man, because they go around, whoop, whoop, whoop. They try to act cool, jerking the car back and forth, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? But I guess I was one of those goofy kids back in the day as well, so. Time to put some tools away. Best part of my day, right? Oh, I never wanted to leave work, buddy. It was killing me being here, or being away from here. I actually like this place, so it's like, it sucked. Absolutely freaking sucked not being there. And it helps with my weight loss because I'm moving around a lot more. You know, I'm constantly moving while I'm at work, so it's like, it helps in more than one way. I got a set of tires to do, but I don't want to really take you guys along for that. That's boring. A lot of guys don't even like doing tires anymore. They just quit doing them. They rather the young guys do it. They keep coming up with all these new machines and stuff, and it confuses them. Greta movie. Just watched the 2014 movie Fury with Brad Pitt and Shia LaBeouf. Patriot, good morning. Oh, you mean great movie. Okay. I was gonna say, are we talking about Greta Thunberg? No, we don't want to talk about her. I'm missing one of my ratcheting wrenches. I wondered, did somebody use it when I was gone and never put it back? I'm gonna have to search for that. Yes, indeed. Somebody used it, didn't put it back. One of the young guys. Question for you guys. Do you guys throw the brake pads in the garbage or do you throw the brake pads in the scrap bin? I would just throw them in the garbage. But I had the scrap guy was like, oh, you could throw them in the scrap bin if you want. I need to blow out the top of this cart. Am I missing comments? I think I'm missing comments. Yes, I am. Chi-Town, that's what I did when I don't know how long you've been following me, but way back early, I'm talking, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago or something when I first started this channel, like, and I wasn't really putting a lot of effort into it. I worked at Rush Truck Centers out in Ottawa before they closed down, and I took the big frickin' giant drums that go on the back of the semis. I took 2 of those home. I took that big giant tie rod assembly, the interlink that goes, I took that home, and then I got a bunch of rebar, and I laid the rebar across the drum, and I welded it on all 4 sides, and then I stuck the bar in the middle of it, and I welded around the bar, and I created a, just by itself, you could slide some weights on the inside of the drum if you wanted to fill the inside of the drum. I created it was like a 250, 275 pound bench press bar. 225, 250, somewhere in there. It was, and I'd go out there and I'd work out in the gravel driveway on my bench press with that thing, and the neighbors would come out and they would watch me working out with that. Yeah, because I didn't have the means at the time, or I didn't really want to go out and buy a whole entire weight set. So I would squat off of my bench rack, and I would bench off of my bench rack. And I thought, as long as you did squats and you could bench back then, who cares? That's it. But now I realize there's so much more to actually being fit and balanced out than just squat and bench. So I do everything. I try to do everything. Trying to get my coworker to come out and work out at the house with me sometimes, but he won't do it. Try to get Ryan to come out with me, he won't do it. Or he's too far away. I'm gonna use this to blow this shit all over the place. Here. And you know what I do when at the end of the day, if I need to clean my floor? I'm the used car side. I kind of stay away from the rest of the shop. Got my own corner over here. The guy that cleans our floors, he's not been coming over here and cleaning lately, so we've actually complained about him not doing his job. He's lazy. He just doesn't do his job. Well, at this point, oh, the weight set that I have at the house. I mean, I built that for. I found the power rack for like less than $400 on sale. Evil Pow, and then I went to Dick's Sporting Goods and seen that I could get almost the same rack from Dick's Sporting Goods for like $100 more. So Dick's Sporting Goods has a good price. It's like $400 or $500 for a power rack, a basic one. And then they have a nicer power rack for like $800-900 that's more on the affordable side instead of getting into the thousands and thousands of dollars. And then I bought Dick's Sporting Goods $300 300-pound weight set. So I started with that. And then I added a couple accessory pieces in. I've got some really good lifting straps now that are the heavy duty ones that go around your wrist, and they have like a leather strap that comes down and forms to your hand. So whenever you're trying to do overload training or you're trying to do burnout work and stuff and your hands are wanting to give out on you, you can still continue to work. I got the metal hook ones and I got the leather hook one, or the leather type. And then I ended up finding that Vevor makes professional workout equipment now. Vevor makes everything else. I'm sure you guys have seen them out there, and if you haven't, well, I'm sorry for you. You're living under a rock. Vevor is a Chinese company that's starting to take over and like make all kinds of expensive American stuff cheap, but really good quality. Some of their stuff is cheap, don't get me wrong, and I won't buy it. But I ended up getting a lat pull down bar the other day, you know, the ones where the hands turn sideways, and it's got that really thick rubber that you can touch it and feel it's kind of squishy a little bit. It's made for like people working out, dropping it in the gym and stuff like that. I ended up picking up one of them off of Amazon for like $38. A name brand one, they wanted $125, $150 for it. I found the Vevor one, which is the same exact look, for $38. Ordered it, I've been using it, absolutely love it. So there's cheap ways of doing it. I probably have like $1,000 in my power rack, and I'll end up never going back to the gym again. And now I'm actually thinking about cleaning out the rest of the garage, getting it back organized again, and getting like an elliptical and maybe like I want to get a leg machine. I want to get like a leg extension machine. I really like doing leg extensions, and I've kind of got away from it, and I want to get back to it again. But I want to get my knees strong. Vevor, Vevor. Yeah, I work on this side. Everybody just leaves me alone because I don't work in the same department that everybody else does. So if one of the managers needs some work done, they typically come to me because I work on a variety of cars. These other guys, they don't so much. I'm not saying they can't work on it, they just don't work on them. So the managers come to me for personal stuff, family, friends, any of the issues that the customers have with cars outside of Volkswagen. They all come to me, like the used car department, everything, like all the extended warranty comes to me. Like I handle a lot of work here. It's not just some basic job. I handle a lot of work. It's the used cars, the trade-in cars, the dealer-to-dealer trade cars, the extended warranty stuff, personal cars for management and stuff like that, or their families, their friends, the vice president of the company, his friends and family. So I do a lot in my department, and they pretty much just leave me alone and let me do it. We might have some conversations sometimes on like a disagreement about, nah, I don't want to put the money into that, or I don't want to put the money into this, or we should put the money into that. But other than that, yeah, I mean, I will agree that when I was working for Ford, it became repetitive. The failures became repetitive. So even though I learned to get faster and more efficient at doing repairs and looking for things and troubleshooting on a specific model and brand, I wasn't gaining anything anywhere else. So I'm glad that I was able to do that and get that experience, but I'm also glad that I'm able to do this and get this experience working on all these other cars. So I gotta do tires. So I'm gonna go knock these tires out real quick, and then maybe later I'll be back. I don't know. I'm gonna go check in and see what work. I got a lot of work up there, but I really can't get to it right now because I got this vehicle down and I got to do tires on. And then I have another vehicle in the other shop I got to do a heated seat pad on, and I got to do some center caps. I got to get some center caps. I got to custom make them fit these Dodge Ram wheels. It's a newer Dodge Ram. It's like a 2021 or something like that. And the rims got sent off to the body shop to powder coat them, and they took the chrome covers off and powder coated everything underneath, and thought, wow, this looks better than the chrome rims. But then they threw the chrome covers off and the center caps and stuff off, so now that big giant hole that's in the rim underneath, we can't find a center cap for it. So I found something that was close, and now I have to custom fit them to the rim to get them to stay. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, I have a lot of tools, but I have a lot of tools that I actually don't use as well. So it just all depends. At least I have it when I need it, but a lot of times I don't even use them. And I got shit sitting all over the place because I got to do this and that and change this and have a tool for that. I just told my boss not too long ago, I was like, man, I want to get like a big giant ass cabinet and put it in here. Do you care? And he was like, why do you have to ask? It's your area. You do what you want with it. So now I'm on the hunt for a big giant metal cabinet I can stick in here and store all this extra loose stuff that I have sitting out that I don't have room for. Quick question, I've been riding motorcycles quite some years. Any way you can do motorcycle oil reviews since there's no reviews or info on branded oils on the market? I think I'm going to start getting into that, to be honest with you. At least doing some virgin oil analysis stuff to actually give you guys what the analysis is and what it shows. And then look into basically how it's made and the quality of it. Outside of that, I really have no basis to actually test it because I'd need a motorcycle to do that. And I don't have a motorcycle. Maybe that's a reason for me to get a motorcycle, right? If any of you guys know a nice, cheap, manly motorcycle that's pretty decent to just have around to go, 10, 15 miles during the summer, I'm interested. If you got access, if not, then I'll figure it out. And then we could do a new series. Is there any oil that's close or better than AMSOIL? Sure there is. Redline? Redline is to me personally better than AMSOIL. I'm not saying it's better, but it's up there. It's good. AMSOIL is better in some cases than Pennzoil Ultra Platinum, but I also like that Pennzoil Ultra Platinum is kind of right there with it. So it's more affordable. And if I'm going to be changing it often, I honestly think it's the better way to go. But AMSOIL is good as well. Yeah, there are oils that are better. But AMSOIL works as well. It's a very good oil. I have a $2,400 2008 Bonneville. I ride with a friend who rides a $15,000 Ducati. I'm the only one who gets the compliments, and often he's used to it now. I only fit on Harley's Fat Boys and Road Kings, but you can get one now for under $6K. I'd like a Harley is what I'd really like. Honestly, I like the way Harleys sound. I like Harleys, but I'm open to pretty much anything, to be honest with you. All right, I'm gonna go get these tires done, get out and get started with my day, get some inspections and stuff done so I can get some more work approved, because that's how I make my money, is I gotta inspect and then I gotta get the work approved, and then I have to get to doing it. No, now you come right when I'm leaving. Good morning. Morning. I'm out of here though. So, be blessed. Take care. I'll catch y'all later. Appreciate that, Bruce. People better be hitting like. Yo, we appreciate it. We do appreciate it. Hit that like button. Thanks, guys. Thanks for helping me get the content out there. You guys have really been helping a lot lately. The channel's been growing faster now, and I would say in the last month and a half, than it has like the last year. So you guys have been tremendously helping out by commenting and engaging and just participating in general. I've seen a huge increase in traffic. I've seen a huge increase in people asking questions and stuff like that, and I really appreciate that. That's exactly what I need right now in this time in my life. So be blessed, Jazz, Shy, everybody, Randy, Bruce, Tim, Brian. Quick Wrench, appreciate you, man. I think I pretty much said everybody that was here. Eric, Randall, Patriot, appreciate y'all. I'm out. Anybody I'd missed, love you guys. Be blessed.